Jake, how are you doing, man?
Dre, I'm doing very well. How are you?
Doing good. Glad I'm stateside.
Yes.
Glad I'm not flying back from London today.
Yeah, and dealing with jet lag.
No, well, sucks to be you guys. When you write a plenty, what's the spelling of that? A plenty?
Yeah,
Simple?
one word, right?
Oh, one word.
Is it not?
I don't know, man. I'm asking you. English is technically my second language.
Well, dude, you're the one that introduced me to Grammarly, which has saved my life so many times.
I know.
already.
Where is it on my Twitter app when I need it? You know?
Oh, my God.
Dre should start getting paid by Grammarly. Everybody in the fucking company.
I'm telling you guys, how do you think my spelling is
fantastic.
correct? Yeah, you got to use Grammarly.
Plenty is one word.
Oh, shit. I think I got it right. Good job by you, Jake. I asked you, and then I just sent it. So good for me as well.
On Saturday for the Buffs game, of course, tweeting out on the Buffs account, just doing my thing.
Yep.
The names from
Sick job.
Arizona State was giving my phone a stroke because I had to spell Xavier Valade many times because he ran all over the Buffs. Elijah Badger, it's Elijahh. Phone hated that. And then they had a tight end named Jalen Connors. It was Conyers.
Ouch.
It was killing me.
When I covered the Rapids, Grammarly, nothing else would help me in spelling Shelzen Gashi, the Albanian standout for the Rapids. They're number 10. I had to look that up. Every single tweet, every single article, I would write game grades, and I had to Google his name every game grades.
Can you spell Okwegbunam?
No, I cannot.
I can.
Can you?
OKWUEGBUNAM.
We're going to give it to him because none of us are double checking.
No one else is going to spell check.
He sent
Chat.
it early enough.
I spelled that right.
Chat, go back to the tape, double check, and then get back to us. Please. Love that Eric's here, ready to take notes. Biggest takeaways from the NFL weekend?
I still don't really know what's going on.
Yeah. The book does. Both the New York teams were dogs. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Are the Seahawks for real?
Man, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I have no idea. People are talking about Geno as MVP today. It's insane. The Saints, I felt like I had a good read on that game. You blew me away on Guess the Lines when the Raiders were favored.
Yep.
Saints just go and blow the hell out of the Raiders.
Obliterate them. Yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to hang on at this point.
Lions kind of made it so that you could jump in on the Dolphins live.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I didn't get an opportunity to jump in live and lose some money this weekend because just busy with other things, but I'm sure that I would have sunk some money there in an alternate timeline.
Malik Willis wins a game with like less than 60 yards passing. Yep, 55 yards passing. That was an impressive feat. Commandos Colts, Heineke against Ellinger. Wow, what an all-timer.
I mean,
Niners just blowing the Rams out, huh? That kind of stood out. NFC West recalibration, maybe the division that required the most recalibration is the NFC West.
oh yeah, absolutely. But I mean, was it surprising though? Shanahan's won what 7-8 times straight in the regular season against
You called it.
McVay. I mean, yeah, we talked about it on
Guess the line.
Tuesday or Wednesday, can't remember which, but
Yep.
yeah, just some. I don't know. This league is drunk. This Falcons Panthers game just
Holy
went off
cow,
the
that
chain.
was insane. Dante Foreman, huh?
Yeah. Cowboys putting up 49 on the Bears, too. Insane.
Well, and the Bears putting up that many points was wild, too. I mean,
29.
if Justin Fields doesn't jump over that interceptor, things might be different. And the Falcons lead the NFC South. Holy cow, what a time to be alive. And the NFC North. 6-1 Vikings, a full 3.5 games ahead of the Packers.
That can end well.
Wow.
That can end well.
No. Vikings and Falcons, when I started this, were two teams I had to stay away from. Like I like them more than I should, and they would, because of that, they would screw me every week.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what they've done the last few years.
Yeah.
And I mean, they have a reputation Green Bay last night, I mean, this team just not working. It's kind of like the Broncos where it's like it's just not working for whatever reason.
It is not working. You could say that about all these veteran quarterback teams. They are 22nd in the league in third down conversions. Broncos 31st at 29%.
Awful.
By comparison, Kansas City and Buffalo are converting at over 50% on third down.
It's amazing.
It's insane. I mean, Rams converting 45.45, and they're still struggling. Atlanta, that's where they stand out. They're 6th in fourth down conversions.
Where are the Cardinals on that list? Because I know that they were way, way over expectation last year in terms of third down conversion.
27th, 33.9%.
Big drop back down to earth there.
Yep. Cliff's magic seems to be running out in a big way. Arizona, Pittsburgh, New York Jets, Houston, Denver, Carolina, the bottom 5 in third down conversions in the NFL. Not a great group to be in.
No, not at all.
And Green Bay, as I mentioned, 37.3, so not much better. Minnesota, just 39.7, middle of the road in third down conversions.
Still don't know what to make of that team.
I can't believe their defense is decent.
Yeah.
That can't be right.
I mean, it was their strong suit under Zimmer. I mean, I feel like they do have some pieces.
But they started to fall apart pretty quick, like the last few years of Zimmer.
Yeah. Look at the roster, though. It's a pretty talented team.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the skill players have always been like, as a Broncos fan, you'd watch the Vikings and be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
They've got Cook, Madison, Thielen, Jefferson. Like, wow. I'd take one of those.
Right.
Kirk Cousins can throw for yards, even though he might not be winning, you know. So, yeah, it felt extra wacky. That made for more fun.
It's just, I don't know. It's so week to week in this league now. I mean, it's always kind of been that way, but I feel like now that they've expanded the season even more so, it's just week to week, and teams kind of treat it as like 4-week chunks even more so now. It's just, there's a lot of growing, a lot of figuring yourself out in season now, more so than we've seen before.
Don't overreact to the week prior. That's the biggest lesson from this season. If anything, the team that put up a stinker the previous week is more likely to bounce back this week than vice versa.
That's something I've learned.
Trend to continue.
Yeah, I've learned that quite often the past 2-3 years, that a bad game is, I mean, we saw it with Pittsburgh a few weeks ago. They got blown out.
Right.
I think they were shut out. I can't remember by who, and then they come out and almost win outright in a primetime game, I believe.
And I guarantee Steelers next game after that blowout to the Eagles, everyone's going to be down on them, and the spread will tell us something that'll make you think they might just cover outright. Okay, let's go to my big three and start this off, because it's day 5 of football month in America, and we've got Monday Night Football to carry us. It's also sports equinox, so we might get into that a little later. And we start off with Joe Burrow over 266.5 passing yards. In 7 games this season, he's gone 5-2 on this prop. A bottom 12 pass defense for the Browns. So they're not terrible, not great. Jamar Chase is out. I think that'll just lead to spreading the ball out more. Actually, might be sprinkling some Hayden Hurst props in this one. And Tyler Boyd will be a hot. T. Higgins will be, dump offs to Joe Mixon. They'll get the offense figured out even without Chase. And Burrow, I mean, they just got to ride him out. That's this offense. They just got to let him do his thing, throw for 300 plus, and do it. Jacoby Brissett, I think they'll be chasing the game. Stefanski, very good game manager, play caller. But Brissett has been throwing up some picks, 5 picks this season. I believe 5 in 8 weeks, if that's mathematically possible. He's thrown a pick, so kind of a better than a 50-50 proposition. You get this at -115. Nice value on that. And I know it's been prime time. Unders have been hot. I actually think we hit that last week, or Sunday night. I think the under hits that. But you had the over on Thursday night that hit. By the way, Jake went 3-0 on his Wednesday big 3. This one, I think it's going counter tendency. We're going on the over. Bengals can put up points. Stefanski and those guys put up points. Defenses, a little leaky, and feels like an overs game. So there you go.
Love all those. I love the Burrow passing yards, I think, the most out of all of them. I like the play on the over, too. Kind of just fading the trend of unders that we've seen so far. It feels like even with Brissett at quarterback, Cleveland is still fairly explosive. Amari Cooper's making plays.
They are, man.
DPJ in there also. We'll talk about him once we get to my big three. Actually, let's do it, Yaya. Why don't you throw up the big three here, and I'll get into it. Going with Tyler Boyd, longest reception over 22.5 yards. He was very explosive last week with Chase kind of being bummed up with it. And Chase had a big game, too. He was playing really well. But Tyler Boyd, I think I see him as the guy to kind of pick up the slack with Jamar Chase being out. I do really like T. Higgins, and T. Higgins does have that, what's the word? The relationship, I guess, with Burrow. I feel like more so than Tyler Boyd. But Tyler Boyd, coming out of the slot last week, 8 receptions, 155 yards. Give me over that 22.5-yard mark for his longest reception. Nick Chubb over 85.5 rushing yards. I think just betting Nick Chubb over rushing yards is a good strategy in general because the guy is an absolute freak.
Yeah, he's been a full-on freight train this year.
Yep, only one game below that 88-yard rushing mark. That was in week 6 against New England. He ran for 56 yards, has gone for 100 yards in 4 of the other 6 games, 91 last week against the Ravens. So I'm taking the over again tonight.
Love that.
And then I'm taking DPJ over 3.5 receptions.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Yes, sir, my guy. He has had at least 4 receptions dating back to week 4.
Wow.
So I like the continued uptrend.
He feels more feast or famine, but that's if you just look at fantasy points and receiving yards and stuff.
Yeah, if you're hoping for that touchdown, for sure, more feast or famine. He's at least 4 receptions and 50 yards in each of his last 4 games.
I like that from the standpoint that I think Cleveland will be trailing a lot and having to kind of press and, force targets, and DPJ can factor in that way. I like that.
He's a weapon all over the field, I think, though, which makes me really like the receptions. He's a factor in the red zone. He can be a deep threat. He can just be an underneath guy for Brissett in the screen game. That's why I love that reception prop.
I love that. Chubb is probably the only one I'm skeptical on because I worry they'll be trailing, but Stefanski stays balanced, man. He's going to stay balanced no matter what. This is a good comment from Dog at Canary. Yep, I got that right. Burrow minus 54.5 passing yards. That's the spread versus Brissett and player head-to-head. They have that with props. Head-to-head player. Yeah, I think that's a well-set line. I do worry about them getting up early, being able to be more conservative while the Browns have to press a little more. 54.5, though, feels fairly good to take the Burrow line. I
think it's a good line. If Burrow can hit 300 yards, I think this is absolutely in play. Brissett hasn't really broke. He had 258 last week, 266 the week before. But going back in the 5 games before that, it's been a lot around 220, 230, even in week 1, only 147. Who would you take? Would you take the Burrow line in that head-to-head matchup?
Yeah.
Is that where we're going? I think so. I like that.
Yeah, he just feels like he could go off for like 350 and then that hits easy,
Yep.
Like Brissett's only going to be good for like 220. Not much more than that. You don't want to gunsling it up with.
His average has to be around like 230, 240. Mm-hmm. So, I think if you hit, like I said, if Burrow hits 300, I like that.
Right. If that spread is set that way, his line's set at like in the 211s, 212s.
Right.
So, yeah. Okay. Those are our big 6. No overlap. So you could SGP those all together.
Mm-hmm.
All Monday Night Football picks that you can boost at DraftKings Sportsbook app. Where right now, new users can bet $5 on any NBA money line and win $200 in free bets. It's quite the deal. We also have a Trick or Treat Spooky Sports Equinox SGP X boost. You have an NFL boost on any SGP. You have a free NBA SGP X.
And a free SGP. A parlay boost for the NBA. An SGP boost for the World Series. It's madness. All the offers, all the boosts, all that you can find on DraftKings Sportsbook app. The true homies, where the boost, the app, it's all amazing. It all works great. The payouts, the customer service, we are huge believers in them. They have treated us right from day one, and they will do the same with you. Check out that DraftKings Sportsbook app now, and when you sign up, use that code DNVR to sign up and get in on all these great offers. Must be 21 or older, Colorado only, one per new customer, minimum $5 deposit and wager, $200 issued as 8 $25 free bets. Restrictions apply. See terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700 and see those show notes for more details on all that good stuff. Breaking news. It's no longer a sports equinox. The baseball game has been pushed back to Tuesday.
Whoa, what?
Yep.
What for?
Yep. Due to rain.
Really bad in Philly.
Yep.
Like snow bad or heavy rain? Wow. So sports equinox is
It's been
off.
canceled.
It's been canceled. Well, that's going to change our dilemma a little bit. Yeah. That is assuming we have a dilemma of the day today. We could be making show history. You never know. Let's see. There you go. Building a boosted Monday Night Football SGP and how to use your Halloween SGPP boost. We will have to wait till Tuesday.
I guess so.
Where we won't have the NFL, but we will have college football. And
yes.
frankly, I still think that applies.
Absolutely. It's a full equinox, in my opinion, than
Right.
if there's college football involved.
MAC especially. MAC makes it an
Midweek
extra
action, baby.
equinox.
Does that make Thursday the ultimate sport equinox?
Does that make
College
Thursday?
and
Yes,
football
yes.
and the game for
Yes, it's a 6-way.
Wow.
It's a 5-way equinox. 5-way equinox. Yes. Technically speaking, you could get in on one of those days and bet some Euro soccer too. Yeah. Earlier in the day, a little. These people who think they're so clever, sports betting equinoxes. Call me when you've been betting European basketball and soccer all morning, and then you get into the American sports the rest of the day until you go to bed, having wagers on Hawaii at the end of
Grind
the
set mindset. I
Come on,
absolutely love
come
it.
on.
betting on third league, Bundesliga.
night. Yeah, exactly. Then the sports equinox will mean a little less or a little more to you, depending on what you find. Though I do want you to opt in. I want you to opt in too and see what our trick or treat sports equinox
All right.
boost is. That'll come in. Let's see what I got. I got a bunch of. Oh my gosh, I've been credited with 100% profit boost.
Wow.
On the SGPX. That's how baller I am right there. You love.
Yep, that's what I got too.
To see it.
100% profit boost. There you go,
We're
guys.
getting tricks, no treats, Yaya. I bet Yaya gets a trick here.
Again,
It can't be this good.
Wait for the banner to come
It
down.
can't be this good. Okay, so we're going to build a Monday Night Football SGPX, and then we're going to grade it in comparison to the other SGPs that DraftKings Sportsbook offers, and we will decide which one to take, Jake. So let's go to Bengals, Browns, flip that thing into SGP mode. Where do we start? Do we buy the over down to where
Okay.
it's like over 40.5?
I like that. An alt line. Let's see what we got here.
Okay, we can start that way. Minus 205 for that. Do we take the Bengals money line? How are you feeling about this ultimate outcome?
Are we taking a road team on the money line as favorites?
In division.
I feel like we should
Bengals have
maybe-
actually lost 7 of their last 8 to the Browns.
I don't feel comfortable picking the spread in terms of a team or a winner on the money line in this game. I don't.
Do
it's
you
a toss-up,
buy
I
the
think.
Browns up to like plus 8.5, plus 10.5?
Plus 10.5? I like. I still think that.
Okay.
I mean, Cincinnati could just explode and win this game by 14 plus. So
The blowout possibilities are high in this one. Joe Burrow, safe mins over 229.5 passing yards.
229.5. Let's do it. Love that.
Should we take a Jacoby Brissett alternate under passing yards, like 269.5?
Under.
That kind of scares me, honestly.
Um.
I can take him to throw an interception.
Why? Okay, I'm looking at pass attempts. There's nothing really there, actually.
Pass attempts. No.
So if he has
yeah.
20 plus completions, that's minus 105. It's kind of high, but
I just worry about
Don't
that.
like
Do
it?
we throw
No.
him throwing an interception in? That was from my big three, but that feels
Yeah.
kind of risky too.
okay. So what did we go with an alternate total
On Burrow?
on the spread? I thought over.
Yeah,
under.
we did. 40.5.
40.5 over under. Okay.
40.5. And then Browns plus 10.5 and Joe Burrow over 229.5.
Browns plus 10.5. How do we feel about some receiving props?
I was
Who
gonna
is going
go
to make
there.
up for this Chase absence the most?
Well, let's start hitting up. Oh. And we only have. No, that's rushing props. Okay, there we go. Now we're talking. Do we get T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd? There you go. Over 44.5 for Tyler Boyd?
Yes.
Do we want Higgins or Hurst props?
What is Hurst receptions?
Over 24.5 is the lowest you can take.
Oh, for
I like
receiving
that.
yards?
Uh-huh.
You can get 3 plus receptions minus 425.
Ooh, I like that.
That's another leg at least. I like
Yeah.
3 receptions.
3 receptions. Hayden Hurst. Receptions over 3 minus 425. Okay, we're at plus 245 here. Okay. Team scoring props.
My app just stopped working, so
Team scoring props. Do we like the Bengals over like 24.5 points?
so with the spread
It's
at
plus
45, they're 3.5 point favorites.
Mm-hmm.
What would be just 19.5 plus or 20 plus? Do we get any juice?
20
out of
plus
that?
minus 210.
I like that.
Yeah, that gets juiced up. We're at plus 310 on the. Then defensive props. Is there any like a Myles Garrett sack?
What about Cleveland team sacks? 2 plus what? Like minus 3 something, maybe 2 something if we're lucky.
2 plus, yeah. Yeah, because Burrow, I mean, he really seeks it out. That's plus 425 on 7 legs. And you apply the boost, it becomes a 50% boost plus 637.
Like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it completely.
I think that's the one.
It
man.
trashed my parlay. I'm gonna have to get this from you later.
I think that's the one. I will send you a screenshot. No
Okay.
problem. To reiterate for Jake or anyone else, we are going over 40.5 points. That's an alternate total. We're going Browns plus 10.5. That's an alternate spread. We're going Burrow over 229.5 passing yards. Boyd over 44.5 receiving yards. Hayden Hurst 3 plus receptions. Bengals 20.5 plus points. Browns 2 plus sacks. That's Chubb anytime TD.
touchdown. I like that one too.
Should we do rushing yards instead?
What about
Because you were high on rushing yards.
Yeah.
And we could maybe buy that
get
down.
like a 69.5, like minus 240 or
That's
something?
Minus 245. Very
Beautiful.
good, Jake. That, with the boost, puts us at plus 907.
Love that.
Love that. That's our wager of the night, our SGP of the night. And you can take that big 6 of ours and SGP that up as well. I think that's going to do it. We will have another show for you tomorrow. Guess the Line's favorite day of the week. Surprise guest. Got to figure out who's on. Maybe it'll be you again, Jake.
We'll see.
We'll see. Tune in to find out. Best of luck tonight on your bets. We are out.